Greetings, future gods and goddesses, it's Uncle Makara. Today we're talking about how to maintain a positive vibration, okay? Now, as I say that, there's a dragonfly outside of my window, so that's a very powerful sign, okay? We already know that there's a rebirth and another ascension process happening for all of us, okay? Having said that, I want you to practice something, okay? A lot of people, they complain to me about brain fog. Now, brain fog isn't something you could medically diagnose somebody with, but it is a symptom that we all notice, and it affects inflammation, sleep, mood obviously affecting performance and so forth, okay? Also, a lot of people who have brain fog report dehydration. So the first thing you want to do is understand, if you're not drinking enough water, to drink enough water, okay? When you maintain your level of frequency, you do something which is called a witnessing meditation, which means that you witness the thing that is triggering you without reacting to it. You simply feel the sensations of it rather than the thinking that comes afterwards, okay? So your senses will create your thoughts. If you see something, you'll start to think. If you hear something, you'll start to think. If you touch something, you'll start to think. Okay? Try this right now. Put all of your attention on your palms. Okay? As I'm speaking to you, put your attention on your palms. You'll notice you feel these tingly sensations. Why is that? It's because of the energy. Energy that I'm observing and experiencing, energy you're experiencing, and the energy that connects us all. So understand that once you can maintain this energy, this awareness, this presence, which is why I say presence over performance, because performance, you're still in your mind, you're trying to logically figure something out, and how do I do this better, and how do I improve, and what's the point of, okay, rather than actually sensing it, witnessing it, then letting it pass. Let's say your kid is yelling at you about something, insulting you. Why did you do that? Well, what are you doing? Okay, it could be anybody for that matter. You simply observe it. You don't attach meaning to it, because again, it's just a sense. These are just words, okay? You observe it, you maintain your internal environment, your nervous system is calm, you practice calming it, and then it goes away, okay? So you do this with all your thoughts, actually. And the greatest thing you can remind yourself to do is drop it. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. The moment a thought comes in, I drop it. I go back into my senses. What am I hearing? What am I seeing? What's really going on, okay? So this is very, very powerful for empaths who are like absorbing other people's energies. I also highly recommend empaths to get sunglasses, because if you are empathetic, you are going to look into someone's eyes and get impacted by their eyes and so forth, okay? The eyes are the windows to the soul, remember? So a lot of people can impact us with just looking at us, okay? So it's very, very important that you keep in your own inner world and protect your energy like that, okay? Basically, you have a good pair of headphones, you find a good pair of sunglasses, you basically stay in your own zone, in your own world, okay? This is one way you can really practice doing this, okay? The next thing I want to remind you of is to be cause in your life, to move others and make things happen and be influential. Don't always be the one in reaction to everybody else, and don't always be the one who's following up and they're not an authority of their own life, okay? So that's not going to work for you in the long term, right? You want to set boundaries with people in a very healthy way. And if you can learn to laugh it off, then that's fine. It's not that big a deal, right? But if you have a big goal, a big mission, you cannot, have weak boundaries. You just can't. Because it's going to cost you, right? It's going to cost your tribe. It's going to cost the other people around you. Once you have a greater responsibility and you're creating more impact on the planet, you've got to be selfish for your tribe, as I said in the podcast last night, okay? Paradox is law, okay? If you want to maintain your vibe, if you want to maintain your frequency, you remain neutral. you remain neutral, and you learn how to stay slightly above neutral. Okay, so a slight smile, a slight ease, a relaxation, but it's a feeling good, right? It's not so feeling good that you get fizzled out. It's not so feeling bad that you get completely sluggish and, slow or fatigued. But you're maintaining that edge, right? You're just surfing on a little bit of that edge above neutrality, which is your flow, okay? You maintain your flow by not reacting to things, by understanding that I actually have a much more powerful reaction than this one. And who do I need to be to not have this problem anymore, right? What is the kind of character that doesn't deal with this and isn't triggered by this comment, isn't, doing the same mistakes? What kind of person would I need to be right now? Okay, that's another way that you can maintain your vibe. Okay, there could be certain anchors and things that you do in your environment. Okay, like let's say you have a safe space feeling in your room. Whenever you come in here, you feel a sense of groundedness, connectedness, and it helps you to maybe recalibrate everything. If you have like a fuzzy blanket, that's one of your cues. You see it, you feel it, you touch it, it creates certain thoughts and meaning. Okay, so make sure that don't make it too overstimulated with a lot of different things. Okay, either. I know a lot of creatives, they love to kind of overwhelm their senses at times to create some genius overlap or something like this. It's common, okay? However, I would say that the more you can empty your mind, the more you can free your mind. Try this actually, like in the gym, try going without any headphones, just crush it out without any music. See if the silence can be your motivational guide, okay? That one is tough to do especially if you're used to it and you need that extra boost, or you feel like you need some supplementation. Like I always used to grow up with this idea that I need supplementation, right? I'm not good enough. It comes from the deep-seated belief of I'm not good enough. To think that I always need help, I always need supplementation, I always need enhancements, and don't get me wrong, progress is great, and going towards your goals is absolutely fantastic and valid, and it gives you a lot of results and success. But in a certain sense, when you make it so much about meeting the goal, that you lose out on meeting the needs of the human, right? Meeting the self-care needs, meeting the protective needs, meeting the understanding that, I'm interacting with another person who's obviously sensitive to my energy because they're interacting with my energy. And you're fearing the fact that, okay, maybe I need to be more compassionate, or I need to do this. This neediness comes from a feeling of lack, a feeling that, myself isn't loved enough first, right? Put the oxygen mask on first before helping others. Is the same thing with love. You got to love yourself first and then love others, okay? If the self-love is lacking, you cannot really fully love others to a great extent either. Well, yes, it's a difficult decision to make, and that decision might hurt the other person or offend the other person, but you're offending yourself more and you're hurting yourself more by not speaking up about it, not doing anything about it. Okay, so that's where I would say stop abandoning yourself and start actually embracing, owning, taking responsibility for whatever you're feeling or whatever's coming up, and basically have a way that you don't immediately react to what is being said, but you just witness it, okay? Sense without dialogue, sense without dialogue, sense without dialogue, and come back into making the most empowered choice for yourself in that moment. That's how you maintain your vibe. And also you can practice this anywhere, actually. So if you go to a party, if you go to interact with others, if you go to a business meeting and networking event, whatever, you start practicing this witnessing meditation by just observing whatever is coming up around you without attaching meaning, personalizing it, making it a part of your story, and so forth. Yes, that's a clock. I've seen that clock, in my living room or business meeting room or whatever it is. But again, if I were to just look at it as how it was made, it was a clock, it needed clockwork, it needed someone to make that clock and first think about the idea and design it, and then now it's finally there, right? I have to take away the personalized story of that clock and what it means to me, and the fact that, you know, someone gifted me that clock, and now I'm personalizing it. You see, the other one was quite rational and objective. It's a clock. So sometimes we let our emotions drown us and get the best of us, but it comes from our thinking, guys, right? Our thinking amplifies our emotions. But I'm saying reverse engineer this thing, go back to the senses, from the senses, cut away that overthinking mind so that the feelings are more positive, because the emotions are energy in motion, right? That's when you can change your vibration. That's how you can maintain that positive vibe as you get good at this, okay? So I hope this video helped you. It gave you a different perspective on what to do, on how to maintain this thing. Again, you can keep programming yourself all you want. However, environments will change you, okay? Your habitat is where your habits are at. That's a Primal Sutra datum. So make sure that you understand that, of course, people are going to affect you, but are you going to choose to stay there and dwell on it? Okay, because that's a secondary suffering that you're adding on top of the thing you're already, you know, thinking about. You're adding more to feel bad so others pity you, so that you can, you know, stay in the same situation that you're in. You see, so your comfort zone, your ego will try it and trap you in so many different ways to keep you exactly where you are. And what I'm saying is, it's time to prove that motherfucker wrong, right? You're gonna have to go, sorry, you've tried to protect me all these years. Hasn't been working to the best of your abilities, okay? The context, the situations have changed. Now it's time to level up, okay? Now it's time to do this differently. Let's try it this way. Boom, new approach, right? So never just completely block off your entire framework of something. Just shift the perception, okay? Just shift the senses around. Shift the understanding of what those senses mean to you. You are an interpretation device. So understand, how are you interpreting things? And you will only know the how if you get to the neutral, without any baggage, without any intensity of those emotions. So de-intensify those emotions. Don't get so reactive to those emotions, as you understand both pros and cons of that particular emotion, of that state. What is that teaching you? What is that telling you? Can you be grateful for it? Can you find that in a situation it can actually benefit you? Okay, so this is very, very powerful pleasure alchemy tech that I'm teaching you. But I hope you enjoy this video. Share it with a friend. Share it with the savage shaman next door, okay? Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today, Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. Let's get it.